Winter storm that'll hit North Texas tonight, and we'll be dealing with its impact for several days. We have live team coverage this afternoon, tracking the storm hour by hour, keeping an eye on the roads, keeping tabs on the airport, and monitoring grocery stores. Everything you need to know ahead of time before you ride it out this weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Lawrence with Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus. What do we all need to know right now?
Well, it looks like wherever that grocery store shot was, you still have time.
Oh,
there was
yeah.
nobody there. And if you need to run any errands, you're fine for the next several hours.
That's good to know.
Run out. I mean, it's raining, and it's a cold rain for the Metroplex for the majority of the evening. Even though the system has sped up a little bit, go do whatever you need to do, for the next several hours. Go out to dinner this evening as well. But instead of the 32-degree line, the freezing line reaching DFW about 3 or 4 in the morning, now it looks like it's going to be about midnight. And here's the story.
Okay.
Just because it turns 32 degrees at midnight, let's say, that doesn't mean the roads are going to ice up immediately. You really need to get to around 30 or 31 degrees to start to really see some impacts. But that's going to be late this evening, and certainly through the overnight. Okay, and that's at DFW. That'll happen earlier to the north of DFW, northern Denton County, northern Collin County, and certainly up along the Red River.
Before it does in Waxahachie and areas like that.
And then it'll be later than that south of the Metroplex, okay? But you still go do whatever you need to do this afternoon and govern yourself accordingly like you typically would when we have rain falling. But let me start with this. It's our WFA weather alert. It's now through Monday morning, okay? You know the impact. It's the rain that we have out there now. It's a cold rain turning to sleet. Here's the order that it's going to take place. It's cold rain now. It's then going to turn into freezing rain, and then it's going to turn into sleet, and then it's going to end to some snow showers on Sunday morning. I do expect icy roads. I expect some really cold temperatures, and I do believe that power outages will be a possibility, and I've already started to cancel schools on Monday. Could that linger into Tuesday? Hard to say right now, possible, but without a doubt, there's going to be a whole bunch of school cancellations on Monday, and there already are. So what do you need? You need to stay updated all weekend. Please remember the 4 Ps, people, pets, pipes, and plants. I really want you to remember the first 2. I want you to remember your elderly neighbors. I want just your neighbors, right? Just remember these folks. I mean, I know we have a lot of elderly neighbors. Just check on them, make sure everything's okay through the weekend. Bring your pets inside. My wife's already done that, which actually they're in the house a lot anyway. And the pipes and the plants. I mean, you still have a few more hours to bring those plants in. They're going to be wet, but bring those plants in as well. And download WFA Plus to your TV. That's for extended winter weather coverage throughout this entire event. Winter storm warning for all of North Texas. What's happening over here? It's what we talked about yesterday. It's ice. More ice here than ice here. An ice storm warning in East Texas. So please keep that in mind. I'll show you why in just a moment, higher ice amounts, but I'll show you the totals in a moment. And then we have an extreme cold warning. That's Saturday evening through Monday morning. That's Saturday night and it's Sunday night. Wind chills 5 to 10 degrees below zero. It is going to be really, really cold. The green on my map and the yellow, that's just rain. The pink, that's the freezing rain and also the sleet. So there we are. It's just wide. We need the rain. This is awesome news right here. We have some nice, we haven't had a good soaker since before Thanksgiving. I think it was November 20th. 44 degrees right now in Dallas. It's 37 in Denton, 37 in Fort Worth, 34 in Decatur. Bowie has dropped to freezing, or below freezing. It's 31 degrees there. Look at Wichita Falls, it's 26. So that cold air is really, really rushing in. So that's the way it looks right now. Here we are at 7 o'clock. Metroplex is still just wet from a cold rain. 9 o'clock, it's still a cold rain in the Metroplex. 11 o'clock, it's starting to transition up in Denton County at 11 o'clock. And then by 3 o'clock in the morning, you can see it's freezing rain across the Dallas-Fort Worth area. South, it's still a cold rain. And then by 5 a.m., it's dropping farther south. At 8 o'clock in the morning, all of North Texas has seen freezing rain and sleet and even a few flakes of snow. Now we're looking at sleet throughout the morning on Saturday. I have more sleet at noon. We have a little bit of a break. It lightens up Saturday afternoon, and then a big surge of sleet moves in Saturday night. How much ice will we pick up? This has not changed for the Metroplex. A glaze, a coating, a quarter, maybe up to a ½ an inch. But remember, when I say a glaze, a quarter, maybe up to a half, I know a lot of folks latch on, well, we're only going to have a half, or we're only going to have a glaze. It's somewhere within that range. Look at that, a ½ an inch to 3/4 of an inch in these areas in East Texas. That's why you're under the ice storm warning. Down in central Texas, it's a lot less, maybe a glaze up to 1/4 of an inch. How about snow? It's not just snow, it's a lot of sleet for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. How much up along the Red River? 3 to 5 inches, some spots even higher amounts than that. The Metroplex, 1 to 3, isolated higher amounts. South, it could be less than 1 inch. So please don't forget, WFA Weather Alert Day in effect now through Monday morning. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll have more coming up.
Well, Pete, in the past couple hours, the school closings started pouring in, although we're still waiting to hear from some of our largest districts like Dallas and Fort Worth ISD. Others are making an early call on Monday, canceling classes in Carroll, Grapevine, Colleyville, Keller, Melissa, and Northwest ISD. The full list, we'll have it scrolling there at the bottom of your screen, and we'll keep updating these closures all weekend on WFAA.com. Grocery stores could be some of the busiest places over the next few hours. It's usually one of the last places people hit before settling in. Here's a look at some of the empty shelves in Dallas at the Tom Thumb on Live Oak. We also saw big crowds at H-E-B and Costco earlier in the day, but some stores could still have supplies available if you're in need. Dia Wall spent all afternoon speaking with shoppers as well as grocery store managers. She's leading our coverage from that Tom Thumb.
Well, Chris, you hit the nail on the head. If you want to get out and shop, now is the time to do it. I told you guys at the top of our 4 o'clock news tonight that I was going to find all of the top 20 items that shoppers look for in the Texas area when winter weather hits. We were successful here at Tom Thumb in Deep Ellum, but we know that's not the case at every store across North Texas. And literally, right when you were tossing to us, they're opening up another lane here because that's how many shoppers are out trying to get those last minute groceries. I know we popped up the camera and there was nobody here, but now they're trying to come on out and accommodate as many people as they can as they're trying to get those last minute supplies. We have Christy Lara from Tom Thumb. You have seen countless winter weather events in your more than 30 years with the company. Just talk to me. One, are people behaving out here during this winter weather?
Well, listen, Dia. They are actually. Yes, people are behaving. They're being kind to their neighbors. They're recognizing, hey, I need to get what I need for the weekend, but also somebody right behind me might need to get what they need for the weekend. And so we're really happy and pleased to say that that's going well so far.
A lot of shoppers out here, but a lot of team members too. I mean, the staff has been buzzing through here, restocking throughout the day. How are you guys handling the winter weather? What's your advice for people who may want to shop, the customers, and how are you taking care of the staff?
Absolutely. Well, we've been working all week to make sure that we can back everything up earlier in the week so customers can get those items that they need before the weekend. We have adjusted our hours for tomorrow. We want to make sure customers and associates are safe. And so we're opening a little bit late at 8 a.m. and closing at 8 p.m. on Saturday and on Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
Christy, thank you so much. You know, we know these impacts from the winter weather that's moving in don't just affect us on the ground. It also has a big impact on the skies. We want to bring you a live look at both of our airports, DFW and Love Field, because the cancellations for Saturday are already stacking up. More than 1,000 already for DFW Airport tomorrow and close to 200 at Dallas Love Field. So think about if you were trying to get in or out of town. Maybe you got some loved ones who are traveling. Just the anxiety of it all and trying to get those last minute trips in before the weather officially starts to move in. We're going to go out live to Matt Howerton, who is at Dallas Love Field. And Matt, I can imagine just the emotion and the stress of this weather and its impact on any travel plans.
Well, Dia, it's been a very busy day today, from rebookings to travel waivers to passengers glued to the flight boards. All of it on deck this Friday. Both DFW Airport and Love Field among the top 3 airports in the nation with the most cancellations for Saturday. Right now on the flight board behind me, not a lot of red up there for those cancellations, but trust me, they're coming.
Inside our airports in North Texas, you could feel it.
We've decided to go just a little bit early due to the craziness.
Not panic, just purpose.
I've been tracking our airplane, and I think we're going to be fine.
People moving a little faster, hoping they'd lift off before winter closes the door.
We actually moved our flight up. We have been checking our phones like every minute.
Both DFW Airport and Love Field canceling more than 1,000 flights in anticipation of ice, sleet, and snow that will arrive overnight.
Crossing my fingers.
Wheels up.
Yes, wheels up, hopefully.
This guy's got a snow shovel.
Both airports stocked with tens of thousands of gallons of de-icing liquid. Plows will groom runways and taxiways.
He's got his work cut out for him.
DFW Airport tells us those operations will run 24/7, and they will be essential as things creep back to normal on Monday and Tuesday. If your flight does have a chance, officials are asking passengers to arrive early and safely.
I'm going to Vegas, so I'm not worried about the storm, but good luck to y'all. We'll see you on Monday.
But Shay Dukes will not be here for it. She's trading Dallas for the slots.
If not, we'll be snowed in Vegas.
In Dallas.
Good place to be.
I'm Matt Howerton.
So as you can all see, man, we are really watching all of the impacts of this winter weather. And Chris, that extends to the power supply. There's a lot of concern about if the grid will hold, especially after that deadly deep freeze in 2021. I know you're monitoring those conditions.
Yeah, Dee, you're not the only one asking about that as well. ERCOT's under a weather watch right now, which is more of an advisory than a call to arms. The agency that manages the grid just told us they're closely monitoring conditions and the available supply. But here, take a look at the current gray conditions. The green is a very good sign. That said, energy experts expect demand to increase as the weather gets worse and it gets colder. Demand could peak Monday morning. And while state officials don't anticipate any problems, they do recommend reducing your electricity use during some of those peak hours. We know some people have a hard time driving on wet roads even before things start to freeze. So, Stacia, what does all this rain do to TxDOT's brining operation?
Well, understandably so. A lot of that brine being washed away with this rain, but TxDOT entering the second phase of their road treatments right at 5 p.m. So they've already started. They're currently out and about de-icing the roads. And actually, the moisture that's currently on the roads is helping that de-icing agent activate faster. It's dissolving and staying on the road as opposed to being dry and just kind of getting sloughed off. It needs that moisture to basically activate. Just watching what's happening across the Metroplex, we do have a few problems out there. Lots of people out and about trying to get things done before the freeze starts this weekend, including an accident. Looks like it's in the clearing stages. That's good news. At one point, they had the westbound side totally shut down. This is close to Fate in Rockwall County. I-30 west and eastbound being affected right there at Blackland Road. If you do have plans to go out this evening, yeah, you're going to be dealing with wet roadways, but that is better than going out tomorrow when you're dealing with icy roadways. Try to get done whatever you need to, but if you are venturing out right now, as always, watch your speed. Please be safe. And just to note, Tex Express there in Tarrant County has closed all their toll roads until further notice. Chris?
All right, good to know, Stacia. Coming up next,